And welcome back. Well, how do you lead a group and get results? From families to business, every single group needs a leader, and every leader needs a very motivated team.
Boy, is that ever true. Chuck Bolton is an executive coach. He is also an author and consultant. He's an expert in using behavior coaching to change leaders and their teams. Good morning, Chuck. Nice to have you back.
So glad to have you back.
Molly and Tiffany, great to see you.
Nice
Absolutely.
to see you, too. Now, last time you were here, it was a great conversation that we had, and you discussed the importance of emotional intelligence, something that we learned about, and communication styles as it relates to getting along with others at work.
Exactly.
You also said that you received, recently you told us that you received a lot of calls and some emails from some of our viewers, and I was wondering, is there any one most common thing that you heard from everybody?
Right. Well, I got a number of calls, and they kind of divided into two buckets. The first bucket was around, I understand the importance of emotional intelligence and using the right communication styles at work, but boy, I wish my coworker or I wish a family member would have seen this.
Right.
Especially a family member with an in-law kind of at the end of it, you know.
Yeah.
So we got a number of those calls. And then the second bucket, which was actually a bit bigger, was around, I wish my boss would have seen this, because my boss really needs to use more positive leadership styles and show more emotional intelligence at work too. So I thought maybe we could talk a bit about how we can help bosses and leaders and those people that manage the efforts of others become their best and get greater results today.
Yeah, because it's true that, you know, I think a lot of people's gripes are with their managers, whether it's their style of communicating with them or managing them. But leaders and managers really need to stay on track too, don't they?
Definitely so. And leaders have a really tough job as well too, that sometimes we don't fully appreciate. But I think the basic question is to start off with, what is a leader's most important task? You know, what is it that leaders must do to be their best?
My guess is what we're seeing right now, deliver results.
They've got to get results. If leaders aren't getting results, there's going to be no need for the leader. But that begs the next question then. If leaders have to get results, is it important how they lead? Absolutely. You know, if they're going to lead in a sustainable way that's going to motivate and inspire others, they're going to need to be very conscious of how they lead. And we think there are three things that leaders can do to really be their best. Number one, they can be mindful of their emotional intelligence and work to be more emotionally intelligent.
That's that EI that we're seeing right there that you talked about last time.
Exactly.
Really quickly, emotional intelligence and a strong EI is what?
It's about being self-aware, being able to control our impulses, self-management. It's showing great empathy towards others, and having strong social awareness and relationship management skills. That's what emotional intelligence is all about.
Let's go back to the graphic, because the second thing on there is styles, and that's 50 to 70%, you say.
Yes, so emotional intelligence drives the leadership styles that leaders use. And leadership styles are the approaches that we use to get work done through others. And it's critical because leadership styles drive the working climate that others experience. And so a leader who is more emotionally intelligent and uses a positive leadership style is going to create a great working climate for other people. And that's very important because working climate drives the operating performance and financial results of a company.
That's great. So tell us a little bit more about those leadership styles. Is it that people can use these in different areas of their life or different places? Here's the emotional intelligence as well, talking about those four different categories that you were talking about.
Right, the four different buckets of emotional intelligence. But let's talk about leadership styles if we could. And there are 6 leadership styles, and the research shows that we tend to use one or a combination of the styles. And I liken them to golf clubs and the golf bag. Tiffany, you know something about golf.
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
I love golf.
So we know that to be our best as a golfer, we've got to be able to use every club in the bag. And the same is being a leader. If we only use one or two styles, we're not going to be as effective as if we can use all of the styles.
That's great.
So the 6 leadership styles are the directive style of leadership, the coaching style of leadership, the participative style of leadership, the affiliative style of leadership, and the pace-setting style of leadership. And we want to be able to use all of those styles. And just like at work, we can also use these in other situations too, like when we're parenting as an example.
Yeah, that would be a great example, because I would think you need to be directive in some instances.
Absolutely.
And also have a little bit more relational style in others.
Or vision. That's a lot of thing that people criticize about their bosses. They have no vision.
They have no vision. It's just, you know, nose to the grindstone, get it done. I'm using the directive style of leadership or the pace-setting style of leadership. We're so busy day in and day out, we're just worried about getting things done and kind of getting through the day, and we're on this treadmill. That doesn't create a great climate for your direct reports, nor does it create a great climate at home either, too. So we want to be able to use these leadership styles to get great results.
Real quick, Chuck, you discuss these concepts in detail in your book. It's called Leadership Wipeout. In fact, you have a connection to a college, a technical college in Green Bay that's using your book, correct?
Right. I talk about the concepts of emotional intelligence and leadership styles and working climate in detail in Leadership Wipeout. And through our show last time around, college in Green Bay, Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, ordered 100 copies of the book for their Inspirational Leadership Academy.
That's
so
wonderful.
That was really fantastic.
Well, it is. I have the copies of both of them. They're fantastic books, and you actually have a great offer right now that I want to let people know about. If they do order your book, The Leadership Wipeout, the story of an executive's crash and rescue, they'll get a free copy of the actual compilation book, which is fantastic because it has New York Times best-selling authors such as Jack Canfield and several others that people may recognize. To order the book, you can actually go to Chuck Bolton's website. It's theboltongroup.com, or give a call to 800-310-9020 if you're interested in talking to Chuck further or having him come out to coach your team or even your family. Could you do family coaching too?
Well, I don't do family coaching, but I can certainly work with leaders in their leadership teams.
Good. Yes. So get the teams working to their most efficient and best. Thanks for being here, Chuck. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks,
Great
Molly.
to have you back. Absolutely.